Hello friends, I'm the Reverend Terry Peterson, minister of St. John's in Gourik. Today is Monday, the 15th of March, the 23rd day in the season of Lent. And today's object is one that I cannot move from its location here. So today's object is the tap. Now, for most of human history, there has not been running water inside of our homes. It's been an unimaginable luxury to have hot and cold running water, especially, and in this tap, even hot and cold from the same faucet. So, this is, especially now, a real gift to us to be able to turn the water on and off at will, to wash our hands for 20 seconds and not worry about whether we have enough water for that, to fill up the kettle or to get a glass of water and not worry about whether it is clean water or not. Here we have beautiful, clean Scottish water coming straight out of the tap with no effort on my part. That is not even true everywhere in the world today. Of course, there are cities in America that don't have clean water coming out of the tap. There are places in Africa and South America and Asia where there are no taps. You still have to go to a well or a river to get water. And it is not at all clear that that water will be clean when you do get it. Lots of charities are still working on getting clean water and sanitation into some of those more rural areas all around the world. So this is a beautiful privilege to be able to just turn on the water and know that it is usable and safe. Today's story is about this very thing, about going to the well, and it is from the Gospel according to John, chapter 4, where Jesus meets a woman at the well at the edge of town, and he asks for a drink of water. And she's shocked that he would do so because she's a Samaritan and he a Jew, and she's a woman and he a man. And that would just not be a conversation that would normally happen. And it says, Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that is saying to you, 'Give me a drink,' you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." The woman said to him, "Sir, you have no bucket, and the well is deep. Where do you get that living water? Are you greater than our ancestor Jacob, who gave us the well, and with his sons and his flocks drank from it?" Jesus said to her, "Everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again, but those who drink of the water that I will give them will never be thirsty. The water that I will give will become in them a spring of water gushing up to eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water that I may never be thirsty or have to keep coming here to draw water." So even in this story, we see how different life was, where you have to go and draw water at the edge of town and carry it home, and you can only use whatever water you can carry. And there's no guarantee that it would be safe water. They did their best, of course, to dig wells in places that would be safe and deep enough that they would reach down into the groundwater, not just into whatever was sort of floating near the surface. But it's still not easy. And yet Jesus says, if you knew who you were talking to, I would have given you living water. And the woman rightfully thinks, that's nuts. He can't possibly do that because he doesn't have a bucket. And besides that, he's not any better than the ancestors who dug the well, because she doesn't know who she's speaking to, of course. But what Jesus promises is that what he says to us will become a living water, like a spring of water in us, gushing up to eternal life. So every time we think about our access to water. Whenever we get a drink or wash our hands, perhaps we can take a moment to give thanks for this gift that has been given to us of clean, running water inside our homes. And also to ask for the gift of living water, because that's what he says, that if you ask, that's what I would give you. And it will be in you, through you, gushing up a spring to eternal life. So it isn't just that we have access to it, but that this water then gushes up through us and feeds the world. Particularly as we live in a world where not everyone has access to clean water, let alone access to the story of living water. This is our moment. We can wash our hands and have a drink of water and remember and give thanks, and also ask to be made into a spring of living water for others. So that's our object for today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Until then, peace be with you.